Welcome to this episode of our Boost Midwest Coffee Corner. We're excited to have you here. This month, we are going to look into the various aspects of why a grant management team may be a good option for you. So the reasons to hire someone like Boost Midwest, or even just simply hire a grant manager for your upcoming award. So to get us started, though, we're going to do some introductions. So I'm Marie Stacks, president of Boost Midwest.
And I'm Justin Murdoch, project analyst at Boost Midwest.
And I'm Rachel Villafane, and I'm a project coordinator at Boost Midwest.
So we're excited to have you here today. So to get us started, we're going to kind of run through what it is that we do when we start hopping in on project management and grant management with some of our clients. And one of the biggest things is just general oversight of the project. So for many of our projects, we come in and we look at how we will monitor, how we'll set up reporting, and really that administrative aspect of grant management. So Rachel, Justin, what kind of things do you guys see being extremely valuable as we work with our clients? And what kind of things do you see as important with getting a grant set up in the right way after an award has been given?
Yeah, I think one of the really important things is helping our clients set up policies and procedures for their grant programs and for their projects funded by grants. And those really go a long way in ensuring that they're in compliance with any requirements set forth by the grantors.
Yeah, I think another really important thing is helping set up templates for reporting. So, grants typically have some pretty specific measures that you need to report on, and financials and different things like that. So making sure that our clients are set up for success by giving them like a template of like, okay, here's what you're going to use. That way you're not kind of reinventing the wheel every time.
That's such a good point, and really segues into the idea that as you get that award and as you're really managing everything, you're ultimately going to have to set yourself up for success. So I know one of the critical pieces for that is tracking expenditures and time and effort. So what do you guys see as being useful in those areas or that we've done in the past?
Like Rachel was saying, a good template goes a long way. And if you spend a little bit of extra time in the beginning of a project to set up a really useful, easy to use, and an accurate template that complies with all of the requirements from your funder, it really makes things a lot easier throughout the rest of the process.
Yeah, in fact, I know we've got a time and effort template that we tend to use with all of our clients. So that's something that if you need that, call us. We'll be happy to give it to you. It's a great template and a tool to have on hand. And then, the other thing that we do is tracking those expenses. So we'll work with the financial administrators on a grant and really develop an invoice system that works, developing a tracking system that works. And then if you've got match or leverage funds, figuring out what the best way is to track those. And then report them ultimately, because every quarter you've got to send it into the DOL or the FAA or NIS, whoever you're working with. And so those are always extremely important. So I think also just kind of as we talk about grant management and project management, there are also things that we do during the grant writing process that are extremely important. And so that program development thought process, how have you guys seen that come into play with the grant writing side of what we do?
I think most, if not all, grants are always going to ask kind of, what are your goals? What are you measuring? And how are you planning on doing that? And so really thinking that through on the front end, even like the very beginning of it, when you're writing it, really having that already thought out is important, again, to set you up for success. As soon as you get the funds, well, we already have this plan, so let's use this plan to develop those templates that we've been talking about, and go from there. So you're not you have already created it in the writing process, and it makes sense.
I'm going to piggyback on that too. I think that's an area where it is really beneficial to have where two heads are better than one, where it's really beneficial to have a team of people working on that aspect of your grant writing, just so you can brainstorm effectively, make sure you're thinking about all the different ways that your proposal could be critiqued or ways that you can strengthen it.
That's such a good point, you guys. And I also kind of to add to that is the fact that as we're doing our grant writing, as we help you with program development and really thinking through all the various scenarios, it really is a team effort. And it really is about, what is it that's going to make you successful, both in getting the award, but then also delivering. Because one of the biggest risks is get an award and then not deliver on it, because you'll never get one again from that, at least from that funding agency. So I think it's a very, it can be a little complicated, but I feel like our clients appreciate the fact that we bring a team to the table. We make it as simple as we can, but we also educate the entire way through, because ultimately we want, once you're awarded that, that grant or that funding, we want you to be able to just run with it and do it well and do it very successfully. So, and to that point, I think when our clients are receiving these awards, there's often a notice of award that goes out and some additional questions. And so clarifying those questions becomes very important. And when you have a grant management team on board with you, there's a lot that we can do to kind of help with that. So, okay. And then, so you get the money, we write the grant, you get the funds, you deliver, and then ultimately at some point you have to close it out. You have to close out that award. So what are the pieces of that you guys see as being extremely important in helping with closing it out successfully and then leveraging that success for future projects?
One of the big things that we always talk about is beginning with the end in mind. So as much as you possibly can, be aware of what the closeout requirements for that grant are going to be. And like we've been stressing, building systems in the beginning that will make your life easier really goes a long way.
Yeah, I think that was super well put, Justin. And usually with award closeouts, you're going to have to do financial reporting as well as impact reporting. So making sure that you have actually delivered the program that you said you were going to deliver. And so it's not just about tracking finances. While that is very important, you're also needing to collect data on, what were our objectives and did we meet them? And so that is something that is very important, and it's something that we can help with, kind of setting those systems up and making sure that you're utilizing them throughout the life of the grant, to make sure you're collecting that data and really looking at it and making sure throughout the process that that you're meeting those objectives or on your way to meet them, so that by the end you're not like, oh no, what have we done?
You don't get caught off guard at the end. And the other thing is you get surprise audits, which we like to call quality checks. So your funding organization may ask for that. So I think using the right grant management team and really training your grant managers and your team in general on let's stay on top of this is a great mindset to have. So Rachel, Justin, great points all the way around for sure. So okay, well, I think we've covered quite a bit. I know it's a lot of information. There's a lot with grant management and project management that you can dig into. We love having these conversations, so please feel free to reach out to us. You can find us at boostmidwest.com, on social media at boostmidwest, or simply just email us, admin@boostmidwest.com, and we will be happy to schedule a call and let you meet our team.